TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Number of coronavirus recoveries in Oman nearly 100,000. Coordination to boost joint efforts among AGCC states discussed. New innovations by Omani youth in the fight against coronavirus. Role of GCC audit bureaus amid crisis discussed. ROP participates in Interpol meetings. Number of Indian workers in Oman shrinks to less than 500,000. 7 killed, over 120 injured in bomb explosion in Pakistan. India's COVID-19 tally nears 8 million. White House official says US not going to control pandemic. Oman joins world in celebrating International Tent Pegging Day. From IPL 2020, Sunrisers Hyderabad thrashed Delhi Capitals by 88 runs in yesterday's match. These were the top headlines for the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
I'm Antara Bose with your daily dose of weather, and we are outside the TFM studio in Al Quair. We're talking about climate change, so here's another interesting fact. One of the most well-known effects of global warming is the melting of glaciers in the Arctic. In 1910, the Glacier National Park in Montana, United States, was filled up with approximately 150 glaciers. Later in 2017, when these numbers were recounted, it was just a mere 26. That was our interesting fact for today. Now we'll step inside the studio and we'll talk a little bit more about weather. Oman Meteorology and Public Authority for Civil Aviation have issued an alert indicating poor visibility during fog. There'll be mainly clear to partly cloudy skies over the governorates of Al Wusta and Dhofar with the possibility of isolated rain. The rest of the Sultanate will see clear skies with the possibility of low-level clouds and fog patches over South Al Sharqiya and the Al Wusta Governorate. With that, let's take a look at what the weather is going to be like through the Sultanate. Muscat will be sunny with temperatures between 30 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. Musandam will also be sunny with temperatures between 31 to 22 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be sunny with temperatures between 29 to 21 degrees Celsius, and South Al-Batana will also be sunny with temperatures between 31 to 21 degrees Celsius. Al-Buremi will be sunny with temperatures between 33 to 22 degrees Celsius. There could be the possibility of showers in Al-Dahira with temperatures between 33 to 21 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhla will be sunny with temperatures between 32 to 19 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiya will be sunny with temperatures between 32 to 19 degrees Celsius, and South Al-Sharqiya will also be sunny with temperatures between 29 to 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be cloudy with temperatures between 29 to 23 degrees Celsius, and Dhofar will be sunny with temperatures between 29 to 19 degrees Celsius.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now from our local desk. Close to 100,000 people in the Sultanate who have tested positive for coronavirus since the pandemic came to the country have recovered from the disease. 99,997 people have successfully made a recovery from the virus, according to states from the Ministry of Health. The total number of positive coronavirus cases across all the governorates of the country as of October 27, 2020, stood at 113,820, pointing to a recovery rate of 87.8%. 49 people with the disease have been hospitalized over the past 24 hours, while 435 coronavirus patients are still in hospital. 182 of them are in intensive care units. Figures from the ministry's Tarassut COVID-19 monitoring app show that 81,282 of the confirmed cases in the country are men, while the remaining 31,650 are women. Among those infected, 70,005 are Omanis, while the other 42,027 are expatriates in the country. 1,204 people have sadly lost their lives from the disease, and around 12,619 are still sick. A total of 309,212 tests have been so far conducted among the population. Now, ministers of Interior in Arab Gulf Cooperation states held their 37th meeting via video conferencing on Tuesday. The Sultanate side was headed by Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, in the presence of Major General Hamad bin Suleiman Al Hatmi, Assistant Inspector General of Police and Customs for Operations. Meeting discussed a number of topics related to security cooperation and coordination to enhance joint efforts among the member states. The meeting also reviewed security measures undertaken to curb the spread of coronavirus pandemic. It approved a number of decisions and recommendations listed on its agenda. From remote-controlled ventilators to air purifiers based on ultraviolet technology, Oman's young innovators are coming up with new ideas to help combat the coronavirus pandemic. On Omani Youth Day, the Times of Oman spoke to young investors in the country who have created healthcare devices that use technology to help patients suffering from the disease and ease the burden on medical professionals tasked with their care. The remote-controlled ventilator was created thanks to the selfless efforts of Omani engineers who worked long hours to invent this device named Nafs 20 after the Arabic word for breath. The remote-controlled ventilator will allow doctors to help critically ill patients breathe, but from a distance, keeping them safe. This will reduce the chance of medical staff being exposed to infection and saves time and effort for doctors while increasing the effectiveness of patient follow-up. Al-Walid Al-Murshidi, the project engineer of Recoveries Engineering Solutions, said. The 8 engineers behind this device say that many international companies are reportedly working towards creating these kind of ventilators to help doctors and patients. The device is also unique because it can mix oxygen from high and low pressure sources on its own. This feature is only available in about 5% of all devices available globally, but they are expensive to buy, Al-Murshidi said. Adding to this, another engineer from the project, Suleiman Al-Habsi, said, this device is made by a team of Omani engineers in collaboration with the Ministry of Health. It will take 2 months to receive medical approval, after which it can be manufactured for wide-scale distribution in healthcare centers in the country. Another version of this device has been made for use in emergency situations, such as when patients are being transported by ambulance. The State Financial and Administrative Audit Institution, known as SAI, chaired the 17th meeting for the Institutional Capacity Building Committee of the Arab Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. The meeting, which was convened through video conferencing from the headquarters of SAI, in Al Bustan, Muscat on Tuesday was attended by member SAIs of the committee. The meeting agenda included a number of specialized sessions discussing several topics such as following up the implementation of the extraordinary plan of training and scientific research of the year 2020, which was prepared in line with SAI needs amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The agenda also covered a discussion on conducting a virtual training course on the role of SAI in auditing amid crisis. The discussion highlighted the progress of the organization of e-learning plan. Besides the member SAIs looked into amending the rules for scientific gatherings, training programs, and scientific research and reviewed the detailed action plan for 2021 in training and research. The sessions of the meeting also included reviewing the progress of the cooperative audit task and joint report of the task, in addition to discussing the procedures taken in relation to conducting a workshop entitled How to Deal with Grantors, which is scheduled to be held in coordination with the INTO SAI Development Initiative. The meeting also discussed the proposal relevant to the 13th competition of scientific research and examined the proposal of developing a database designated to capacity building areas, which comes within the framework of implementing the recommendations of the Unified Assessment Report Performance Measurement Framework. The Royal Oman Police took part in a meeting that was organized by International Criminal Police Organization known as Interpol, held via video conferencing on Tuesday. Colonel Salim bin Said Al-Mamari, Assistant Director General of Inquiries and Criminal Investigations at ROP, participated in the meeting. The meeting dealt with many topics on the agenda with the aim of raising the level of cooperation among the member of states of the Interpol, as well as exchanging best practices and lessons learned in police fields. There were less than 500,000 Indian workers in Oman at the end of September 2020, figures from the National Center for Statistics and Information, known as NCSI, in the country show. According to the NCSI's monthly statistical bulletin, there were 499,431 Indian workers in the country at the end of the last month. This is a decrease of more than 20% since September 2019. Indian workers continue to make up more than 500,000 of the country's population. Before September, their number stood at 542,091 in July and dropped to 517,702 in August. Oman's expat Indian labor population at the end of 2019 was 617,730. The number of people from other expat communities have also fallen. The number of Bangladeshis in the country at the end of September 2020 stood at 550,471, reflecting a 13.9% decline since the same time last year. Similarly, there has been a 15.7% drop in the country's Pakistani expat population, which now numbers 176,550. Filipino expat numbers fell by 8.2% to reach 45,038, and a similar percentage drop was seen among Egyptians, which is 8.4%, whose numbers stood at 31,511 at the end of September 2020. The biggest drop in terms of percentage was recorded among Ugandans, a 41.6% between the months of September in 2019 and 2020 means there are now 14,099 workers from that country in Oman. Overall, the number of expatriate workers in the country fell from 1,712,790 at the end of 2019 to 1,449,406 by the end of September 2020, reflecting a decline of 16.4%. It's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we'll be back shortly right after this commercial break with more updates from our international desk. Hello and welcome to the midday update. Now from our international desk. Seven students were killed and over 120 people, including students, were injured in a bomb blast went off inside a seminary in capital city Peshawar of Pakistan's northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province on Tuesday morning. Hospital sources and police said. Tariq Burki, Associate Hospital Director of Lady Reading Hospital in Peshawar, told Xinhua News Agency that they have received 7 bodies and 90 injured people at the hospital, while there are some 30 more under treatment in other hospitals. The official added that 5 among the injured suffer serious burn injuries and are in a critical condition. 50% wounded people we received at the hospital got burn injuries and others were hit by ball bearings and other stuff in the explosion, Burki said, adding that a state of emergency has been declared at the hospital. The explosion happened with the detonation of an improvised explosive device concealed inside a school bag, Senior Superintendent of City Police in Peshawar, Waqar Ahmed, told Xinhua News Agency. The bag, carrying about 5 to 8 kilograms of explosive, was placed by militants inside the seminary, he said, adding that further investigation is being made into the incident and they are trying their best to nab the militants involved in the incident. The area where the blast happened is among the vulnerable areas of the city. Police teams frequently patrol in the area, and we also issue advisories to residents to keep an eye on their surroundings and tell us about any suspected person or activity. Tuesday's incident was a security lapse on a soft target, and we have enhanced security on other soft and sensitive areas across the city in the wake of the incident, Ahmed said. A large number of students inside the seminary were attending their routine morning classes when the explosion happened inside one of the halls of the institution. Sher Gul, zonal head of rescue organization Eidi Foundation in Peshawar, told Xinhua News Agency that the age of the victim students were between 15 to 18 years, some of whom were badly burnt and injured when they reached at the site to conduct rescue work. The coronavirus pandemic continues to increase in Asia-Pacific countries as India's tally is approaching 8 million, while Indonesia reported 3,520 newly confirmed cases on Tuesday. India's COVID-19 tally reached 7,946,429, even as 36,470 more cases were registered during the past 24 hours, according to the latest data released by the Federal Health Ministry in India. The death toll surged to 119,502, with 488 deaths recorded since Monday morning. This is the first time in over 4 months when new cases per day have fallen below 40,000 mark, and the second day when deaths per day fell below 500 in the country. Still, there are 625,857 active COVID-19 cases in the country. In all, 7,201,070 people have been successfully cured. The COVID-19 cases in Indonesia rose by 3,520 within 1 day to 396,454, with the death toll adding by 101 to 13,512, the ministry said. According to the ministry, 4,576 more people were discharged from hospitals, bringing the total number of recovered patients to 322,248. The virus has spread to all countries' 34 provinces. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows said Sunday that the United States is not going to control the spread of COVID-19 at home as its infections continues to surge in the country. To find out more details of this news, we'll be back after this very short commercial break.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Now, before going on this short commercial break, I was talking about White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows saying that the United States is not going to control the pandemic. In fact, he quoted that we are not going to control the pandemic. We are going to control the fact that we get vaccines, therapeutics, and other mitigation areas. He said that while he was in an interview on CNN's State of the Union. He continued saying that it is a contagious virus just like the flu, adding that what we need to do is make sure that we have the other proper mitigation factors, whether it's therapies or vaccines or treatments, to make sure that the people don't die from this. The United States has recorded more than 8,700,000 confirmed coronavirus cases and over 225,700 deaths as of Tuesday morning, according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins University. With that, it's time for us to take a short commercial break once again, but stay tuned as we have more updates from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now from a sports desk. The International Tent Pegging Federation, known as ITPF, yesterday celebrated World Tent Pegging Day, which falls on October 27th every year. The International Federation launched a visual competition on its official social communication page and formed a committee under the chairmanship of Haitham bin Mohammed Al-Lawatiya, Secretary General of the International Tent Pegging Federation. Participation in the first part of the competition relates to sending video clip or modern photo of tent pegging, sport that meets international criteria on safety of horses and contestants. The second part of the competition deals with documentation of the sport before the inception of the International Tent Pegging Federation on October 27, 2013. The competition was well received and it evoked a good response among the sports lovers. The number of followers of the Federation's page on social media went up considerably. Now from IPL 2020, Sunrisers Hyderabad thrashed Delhi Capitals by 88 runs in Dubai on Tuesday to keep their IPL 2020 campaign alive. Defending a mammoth score of 219 runs for 2 wickets down, Sandeep Sharma got Shikhar Dhawan dismissed for a duck to give Sunrise Hyderabad a good start. Shahzeb Nadeem dismissed Marcus Stoinis in the second over to put Sunrisers Hyderabad on top. Rashid Khan was miserably fight with figures of 3 for 7 in 4 overs. Earlier, DC won the toss and elected to field against Sunrise Hyderabad in match number 47, and David Warner and Saha took SRH to 219 runs for 2 wickets down. With this, we have come to the end of the show, but stay tuned as we'll be back again next week at 2 p.m. with more updates and news stories your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.